Okay, it's Mega here, and I'm shooting a kind of review video on this Bafang thumb throttle that I've got installed on my Sur Ron Light Bee. Now, Hades Megas is a special case because I have a BAC controller, and I'm using this thumb throttle here as a Regen throttle. Okay. So basically, I'm using the thumb throttle here to what's the word? To activate my regen. Okay, so this lets you vary the regen. You know, if you want half the regen, you push it in halfway. If you want full regen, you push it in all the way. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, and so this is it's pretty much your it's one of the Bafang throttles that I could find at the on the market at the time. I think there's a new one that I'm gonna install. That's why I'm making this video. But I want to do a review on this guy right here. Let's take a closer look at it. Okay, so it's pretty simple to install. It was only so I think it's only around $10. I think at Lunicycle it's $10. They do sell this one. So I'm gonna call this one the kind of vertical sweep thumb throttle. Okay. It's really simple unit. It's right here. You can adjust it. It doesn't get in the way of anything. We'll have to see how the other one does. But I've been using it for a while, and I like it. I like it a whole lot. I've never had any problems with this. One bad habit is to keep your hand over put your thumb over the thumb throttle when you're not going to be braking. Okay, it's kind of a bad habit that I've kind of, you know, I don't do it as much now, but when I first used it, I would ride like this, you know, and you know it's kind of not good to ride that way because you have to kind of break your grip to do it. But other than that, it's all right. When I've used this like on really long descents and stuff, and then you're like on it a long time. Okay, so. But it's nice to be able to vary the amount of regen, like because like especially when you're riding off road and the traction isn't that good, you can pretty easily lock up the rear wheel. So if you don't want to lock up the rear wheel, you just back it off a tiny bit. You know, you don't have to get on it all the way. Okay, depending on like the size of your sprocket and what wheels you're running and tires you're running, you know, you could very easily lock up your wheel, you know, with the regen. So that's why it's good to have a variable regen. So, you know, you could, you know, if you don't want a lot of regen, then, or if you're locking up the wheel, then just don't get on it a whole lot. So I've never had any problems with this. I don't think I've really ridden with it in the rain. Not too, you know, I think I have. I have ridden with it in the rain. I haven't had any problems riding with it in the rain. It always works great. Okay, so. But yeah, one bad habit is like if you're riding like this, and it's kind of like if you drive a manual car and you have the clutch pedal, right? Well, what I like to do is I like to hover my foot over the clutch pedal if I know I'm going to be shifting pretty often. And I mean, I guess that's okay if you're riding too. You just hover this over there, but it's what I've noticed. It's kind of a bad habit because you could accidentally press it and then you'll brake when you don't want to brake. You've kind of when you use that regen, you've kind of got to be ready because once you hit that regen, you're gonna go start flying forward, and if you're not grabbing the bars right, like sometimes Hades Mega likes to ride one-handed. Okay, sometimes I do it for DoorDash and stuff, and if you operate the regen with one hand, it's hard to keep your body straight up, you know, or to keep yourself from flying forward. So just got to be careful when you use it. Okay. So I haven't had any problems with this guy. So the one I'm going to be installing has a horizontal sweep. So it's more like a quad throttle, while this one is a vertical sweep. It just kind of goes up and down. You can press it and it goes down, okay? and you can vary it. So I haven't had any problems with it. It hasn't broken or anything. For $10, what a bargain this throttle is. Okay, so it's been really good to me. So, but I'm gonna go try a different one. That's why I'm shooting this video. I wanted to do a quick review on this one. Okay, so I can kind of show you how it operates real quick. Okay, so I've got the bike on a stand right now. Okay, so I just get on the throttle a bit, and it'll just kind of freewheel, right? If I want to slow it down, I just get on the throttle a little bit, and it stops. Okay, it doesn't stop that fast when you're riding it on the street, but let's get it up faster. Okay, got it. If I don't want it to slow down so fast, see, I don't have to depress it all the way. So this is the first time Haze-Meg has ever used a regen throttle, any kind of device to adjust or activate the amount of regen, and I like it. I wish all electric motorcycles had something like this. Okay, this is the wave of the future right here. I'm telling you. It may seem kind of funky to have a second throttle on the bike, man, but after a while you get used to it. You don't even think about it anymore, but yeah, I do notice after a while the regen kind of tapers off. It's not as strong as it used to be. Like you'll gradually the regen gets slower and slower, so you're gonna have to get on it more and more and more and more. That's why it's good to have a little more regen than you intend to have. But like I said, you could, if you think it's too much regen, just don't get on it all the way, and you could pretty much just stop the whole bike with just the regen throttle, and that's usually what I do. Okay, especially when I ride on the street. Okay, when I'm riding in the dirt, this thing is so great too. I feel like I'm a little too dependent on it when I go down the hill. So, but you can use this to lock the rear wheel. The rear wheel will lock up, and then you can just whip the back around the corner or something, or if you just want to you want to get the bike to slide a little bit. It's a little different than using the rear brake to stop the wheel, because if you use the rear brake to stop the wheel, the tail kicks out farther. Okay. But with the regen, it doesn't. It's kind of more like a dragging effect. It's just kind of dragging its way. It's kind of hard to explain. But this is more kind of like an e-brake, I guess, and this is kind of more like you're kind of just using like inertia to stop the bike, sort of thing. Okay, so that's the only way I can describe it. It's kind of weird, but. This has more effect on making the tail whip out than this, okay, for sure. All right. So yeah, inexpensive. It's a Bafang. I call it a vertical sweep regen throttle. They're really inexpensive, like $10. They're really easy to install. Man, they're kind of easy to install. To install this, I have to remove the handguard here. And not the grip. You got to remove the grip, and then you got to remove the brake lever too. So it's kind of annoying. So, all right. So Haze-Meg gives his thumbs up of approval for Bafang vertical sweeping thumb throttle. Good stuff. So now we're gonna go try the horizontal one. We'll see how that is. That's more kind of like a traditional quad throttle. This is different. I never used anything like this before. This is some like e-bike stuff. So but it works pretty good. No complaints. You grip the bar kind of funny too. So it may hurt your wrists after a while if you kind of use it too much. But I've gotten really used to using it. I don't even like. Sometimes when I'm riding my other bikes, like this electric bike here, my Impulse, I reach for the regen throttle. Oh wait a minute, this one doesn't have a regen throttle. So it's kind of become like a bad habit now. Okay, all right, here's we go.